Good evening, my nerds, it's Fenner. The Overwatch hype train ain't stopping anytime soon. It's time to continue the series where I'm taking a look at all of the currently announced Overwatch characters to find out more about their skills and gameplay to get ready for when the game goes live. If you don't know what Overwatch is yet, it's a team-based first-person shooter based around objectives, most commonly compared to Team Fortress 2. You'll be using unique heroes to battle in 6 versus 6 combat. The last episode was about Soldier 76, but next up we'll be taking a look at a fat guy with a beard.
Let's get to work!
Torbjörn. Torbjörn Lindholm is a 57-year-old fatty weapons designer from Gothenburg, Sweden, formerly affiliated with Overwatch and plays a defensive role. Torbjörn is a legendary inventor who created weapons for countries around the world. However, his employees wanted to use his weapons for robots, but Torbjörn doesn't trust AI, and rightfully so, since they turned against humans during the Omnic crisis. Torbjörn's inventions were an integral part in ending the crisis. In the aftermath, many of Torbjörn's weapons were stolen. Now he's set on protecting against those same weapons to save the innocent. Anyway, let's have a peek at Fatty Dwarf's weapons and abilities. Torbjörn's main weapon is the rivet gun. Since he is an inventor, this weapon has a lot of versatility. When used with left click, he fires a rivet projectile which acts as a single bullet long range shot. However, with right click, the rivet gun squirts out molten metal from his gun, acting like a shotgun in a close range burst. The damage on the left is okay, but not the best, and is also a projectile. It does move quickly and doesn't drop too much, so it's not that bad though. The right click damage is pretty damn good, but it does have a large spread, so you have to make sure you're at the right range to be using it, otherwise you'll just be missing and better off using the left click. The gun holds 20 rivets at once, depleting 1 at a time with left click, and 5 at a time with right click. If you hit 2 with Torbjörn, he will pull out a hammer. Since he's a fat, slow dwarf, you probably won't get to use it in combat much, but that's okay because his shift ability allows him to build a turret, which he can then smack with his hammer to level it up and create a stronger turret. Only 1 turret can be placed at a time, and it can't be moved. Leveling up the turret requires scrap. Scrap is a mechanic that is unique to Torbjörn and is collected from slain heroes. This ability defines the hero more than his main weapon does. Very similar to the engineer in TF2, this instantly turns him into an ultra defensive hero, since the turret will generally be the main damage dealer. The turret will be amazing for locking down positions on certain maps, like in the gameplay footage, he's locking down the movement of the payload on this map. On E, he has the armor pack. When used, he will throw out a little pack on the ground which either he or allies can pick up, granting plus 75 armor. It has a 6-second cooldown. This gives the fatty a little bit of support power. Since that's all of his basic skills, you can see that he has very little movement capability, making him probably the slowest hero that I've covered so far. Molten Core! His ultimate ability. When used, Torbjörn overheats the personal forge he has on his back, gaining a significant amount of armor and scrap, gaining attack speed, repair speed, and build speed. Basically, Torbjörn on crack. This ultimate will mostly be used when he's low on scrap or desperately needs to get a high level turret up. So how will Torbjörn play an average game? Torbjörn may be the most defensive hero that I've covered so far. With basically no escape or movement abilities, his turret will basically have him on a leash. The idea with this guy is going to be finding a really nice spot to set up the turret, keep it alive, upgrade it, throw out packs of armor with spare scrap for teammates, and also go scavenging for crap. Scrap. Getting scrap will be the hard part. With no movement abilities, it will take some smarts to get down to where the dead heroes are to get some crap. Best turret spots will be in areas where the turret can't be sniped from long range, gives Torbjörn decent cover, but more importantly covers an area of the map that is important, like a payload objective pathway. Hiding around corners when you know enemies will come round will actually be pretty decent, as his right click is actually pretty high damage, and if catching someone off guard you can probably win most fights at close range with good aim and the first shot. But at the end of the day, most of the work will be done by the turret. So what is his weakness, or the turret's weakness? Well, since it's static, heroes that have weapons with AoE damage on them will be the strongest as they can hit the turret without actually being in line of sight of the turret, as long as they know where it is. Junkrat comes to mind first with his grenade launcher and tire. Farah comes to mind next with their rocket launcher, then maybe Soldier 76 with his secondary fire Helix rockets. That does it for this brief look at Torbjörn. If you enjoy sitting back and smacking things with a hammer, then he's definitely the guy for you. Personally, I'm not a fan of such heavy defense. I'd probably get bored and impatient of playing him how he's meant to be played, so I'll leave this guide to the chill nerds. Thanks for watching, I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Peace, nerds.